Welcome. Today's Focus 15, or tonight, whenever you're dropping in and joining us, is called Ham Jam. We're going to be working on our hamstrings. So if you have tight hamstrings, it's imperative that you keep them stretched out. Tight hamstrings can have a domino effect on our body and cause lower back problems, and they can also cause hip issues. We don't want you to have any of that, okay? So believe it or not, because I have like a little bit of a lot of stuff wrong with me that I've had to work through in my life, tight hamstrings has not been one of my issues. But because I babysit my back, I've always tried to keep my hamstrings really, really stretched out. So we're going to start out with our feet together. And this is a forward fold position that you've probably done with me before if you've been following. But it is really specific for hamstrings. So I'm going to open my chest because I always want to be conscious of my posture during class. Release those knees gently so they're not like sucked back. They're released. Pelvis is tilted forward. And I'm going to tuck the chin and roll down. And 2, and I can put my hands right here, 3 and 4 on my thighs, or I can place them on a yoga block or a book, or I can change this another way and stay. Just let yourself hang, bending the knees and roll up and up. And when I get to the top of this, posture, opening the chest. And again, inhale. Make sure you feel okay. And if you have pretty good hamstrings, you can cross your arms right here to add a little natural weight. But you do not have to bounce. And stay. 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 And rolling up. Open the chest. And open. And one more. Chin rolls down. We roll down. And down. And stay. And stay. And stay, and stay, and up, and 2, and 3, opening the chest. How'd you do? I bet you did great. Okay, now we're going to take another forward fold, but this time I'm going to take my legs apart. This may feel more stable, may feel better, may not, but we're going to get a little different stretch. We can go into the hamstrings from a little different direction. So from here, I'm going to open my chest. Looks like this, okay? I'm going to go down on my chin, and if I'm struggling with this tightness back here, I can bend my knees a little, put my hands on my thighs, or I can go to my block. Now, if I want a little more, I can go to my hands, and if I want a little more, I can go down to my elbows and stay, 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 stay. And I'm going to push my hands up, pull those heels in just a little bit, and roll up, and opening the chest. Take a couple of deep breaths. We get a lot of benefits having our head below our heart, so we can take advantage of that with this series as well. Tucking the chin, and down, and down, and down, and down, and stay, 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 stay. Bend the knees, roll up, and up in the knees just to protect my back. But if you want to keep your legs straight, you can. One more, and down, and down, and down, and down, and slowly roll up, and 2, and 3, open the shoulders. Very good, guys. That is part of our standing series, and we have one more standing, and this is downward facing dog. Okay, so sometimes some of these yoga positions can feel a little intimidating. So I'm going to kind of tell you a way to go into these that maybe won't feel quite so intimidating. So on downward facing dog, turn to the side. First, I want my really good posture. I know that my weight's equal because I can lift my heels and my toes so I'm not rolling in or out. I'm going to just forward fold. I'm going to walk my hands out to where they feel comfortable. Then I'm going to walk my feet back. And I'm going to lift my tailbone. As I lift my tailbone, I'm pushing into those heels. I can really feel a stretch going down the back of my legs. Okay, so I can feel this in Achilles tendons and hamstrings. I'm going to paddle my heels. 2, 3. I'm pushing into the palms of my hands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put all my weight on my right heel. Ouch. Pushing that heel down. It goes all the way up the back of my leg. And switch feet. And down. And one more push with both heels going down. Oh, yeah. And my knees are going to come down to the ground. And I'm going to come down to a seated position, okay? So how you doing? You doing okay? At any time you need to, take a drink of water or stop the video and take a break. You need to do that. So our next position is called reclining big toe pose. Okay, anything that has reclining in it, I'm thinking yes. Okay, so anyhow, we're going to turn sideways, and you can turn any way you want. And I do recommend a belt or a strap for this if you're working on your hamstrings. Try to keep myself in the frame here. And you're going to lay down, okay? And you're going to take your strap or belt over one foot, the other leg straight, and you're going to stretch. Now, you may only go to here. You may have to keep your knee bent. That's fine, okay? If you have a lot of flexibility, you can pull that leg wherever you need to, okay? But wherever you want to work, get to where you have a little pull, not excruciating pain. And from here, you're going to bend and stretch. And bend and stretch. One more, and bend and stretch and release. And we're going to go to the other side, okay? Like I said, if it says reclining, I'm pretty much in. How about you, okay? And right leg out, or your left, whichever one you're doing. And you're going to bend that knee, get to where your work zone is. That means I'm a little uncomfortable, but I'm not in excruciating pain. And bend, and stretch, and two, and stretch, and three, and stretch, and release, and sit up. How'd you do? Everything go well? I know it did, okay? So now, the next thing we're gonna do, and you're gonna see me sitting here sweating because I'm shooting this in Florida. It's a little humid here, but that's great for my skin, and I would rather work out in a warm environment anyway, because it's really a little better for our bodies. So the next thing we're gonna do is seated forward bend. So seated forward bend is kind of like when we were doing our standing forward fold. I'm going to lift straight up, and I'm just going to lean forward. And I'm going to come back up. Now, if you're like, well, that didn't work for me, then I want you to take your strap, put it around your feet, and just pull yourself forward till you feel a stretch in the back of your legs. And stay, 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 and release, okay? Sweat is pouring. I'm a big sweater. And forward, stay, 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 and release. And again, last one, stay. This is your last one, so bring it home. Let's go for brogue. And release. Very good, guys. This next one is called head to knee pose, okay? So, sounds a little intimidating. Don't let that worry you. Keep that strap handy if you need it. One leg comes out, it's coming straight off my hip. The other leg, I'm going to kind of brace against, all right? And I'm going to reach for the straight leg in front. Now, if you don't go very far, use your strap, okay? So you take your strap, hook it around that foot, and pull yourself forward. And release, and forward, and release. If you have more flexibility, you can grab that foot, forward, and release. That's also a good little hip stretch, and you can see how the hamstrings and hips work together. You also notice a stretch before this. We were working both legs. Now we're isolating one leg and then the other leg to make sure that we get workouts on both sides, okay? So once again, same thing. You want to use your strap, put it over that foot, and pull forward. Forward, and release. And forward. I've got my heel in the air, but that's not necessary. And release. And remember, you can also reach forward with your hands. And release. How'd you do? All right, sit up tall. Focus on your breathing, okay? Now, this is one of my favorite positions, okay? And this is called Sleeping Vishnu, okay? So what it is we're gonna lay on our side, Another one of these ones where we get to lay down. Love that, okay? And I'm gonna use my strap right here, and I'm gonna get on my side, and I'm gonna take this leg straight up and stretch and bend. And 2, and bend. If you don't need your strap, you can use your hand. And stretch and bend and relax. How'd you do? Let's go to the other side. Do you want to? So if you need your strap, take a minute, put it on that foot. You might want to put it on first before you lay down. Might be easier. I don't know. And stretch and bend. Get my arm straight here. Sorry. Stretch and bend and stretch and bend and release. Very good, guys. You're doing awesome. Okay, so we have 2 more things to do, and both of these, sorry, are standing exercises. I got tangled up in my strap. So we're going to stand back up. Yes, I'm getting you up and down a little bit. I never want you to lose the skill of being able to get on and off the floor, right? You with me? So easy way to get up. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to push onto all fours. I'm going to activate these toes back here. I'm going to push my tailbone up into downward dog. I'm going to walk my hands up slowly and roll up. And I'm up. Okay, and I used my body to pull myself up. All right, guys, we have 2 things remaining. If you're like counting, like how much more? We have 2 things remaining. One is called pyramid pose, and the other is called triangle pose. Okay, so we're going to go to pyramid pose first. It looks like this. I'm going to take one foot in front of the other, opening my chest. Okay, I'm going to get my block handy so I can show you an alternate way. From here, I'm going to fold myself forward, and I'm going to touch the floor. Now, if you are struggling with that, you can lean on a block right here. Okay, remember, I can turn my block a couple of different ways. You can use books, you can use pillows, anything, and your head goes down. And climbing up that leg for stability, press and lift up. How'd you do? I bet you did great. Okay, other way. So this one foot's in front of the other. So you should look like a pyramid, I guess. Sometimes these names are a little sketchy, but pyramid pose. Okay, so I'm here. I'm going to drop forward, and if I need to, I'm going to grab my block. If not, I'll put my hands down on the ground, head goes down, and I'm going to stay. And I'm going to breathe to help relax into those muscles. I'm going to bend that front knee and climb up and up. I know you did great. Okay? Now we're going to go into our triangle pose. And triangle pose you've done with me before. So I'm literally going to take my arms to the side. And one arm's going to come down. And this is like I'm a little teapot. So they should be kind of like wings, okay? Knees softly bend. So one arm comes down and the other arm goes up. And my head goes to the up arm. Now if this is uncomfortable, I'm going to lean. You should feel this on the front hamstring primarily. And stay. And stay. And stay. Heads up at the up hand. Heads looking to the up hand. And change hands. Revolving. Back. And 2. And 3. And 4. Bend your knees. Roll up slowly. How'd you do? I bet you did great. Okay? Remember, if you try, you're already ahead of the game. Okay? You showed up. We're trying. All right? Got to start somewhere. Soft knees. Out. We're going the other way. And down. And down. Head goes to the up hand. And change hands. And change one more time. And bending that front knee. Stand up. Opening the chest. Focus on your breathing. Really good. Okay? You did amazing today. That's going to conclude our Focus 15. And hopefully your hamstrings feel a little bit looser. And I'm so glad you could join us. If you're enjoying this workout, please subscribe to Soul for Yoga. Please like us on YouTube and share us with someone that you care about. Thanks. Have an awesome day.